this morning. Notice winds are mostly calm, 16 miles per hour there in Galveston. So I would say throughout the day around 10 to 15 miles per hour. But with this north wind, it will continue to usher in lower relative humidity. This morning, several of our northern counties waking up in the 60s. Huntsville at 67, College Station 67. Notice Brenham, Conroe both at 69. However, in town, you have more mid-70s. So give this a few hours. Temperature-wise, we're mainly today going to be in the 80s, but it's the low relative humidity. I think that's what you're going to do the upcoming weekend. But Jen, it's those temperatures tomorrow morning in the mid-60s that I think everybody will enjoy.
Oh yeah, everybody.
Day. So this is Category 1 Hurricane Helene, max sustained winds at 90 miles per hour. I think by the afternoon, we're going to have a Category 3 or potentially even a Category 4 before making landfall. The track has stayed really consistent over about the past 48 hours. Notice we're still expecting landfall this evening along the Florida Panhandle. But just like Ron said, all the states that are going to be feeling impacts, take a look, potentially by the upcoming weekend, even into portions of Tennessee. So after this makes landfall, it's going to remain in Category 1, even moving into Georgia and potentially a tropical storm, even as it pushes close into portions of Tennessee and the Carolinas. So major severe impacts, life-threatening impacts expected over the next 24 hours with Hurricane Helene, again expected to intensify today as a major hurricane. Here locally, we really are just going to sail into the weekend with a beautiful forecast, okay? Winds out of the north, that's the first thing to note this morning. So even though temperatures aren't a whole lot different compared to yesterday, we have 70s this morning, some upper 60s. It's the humidity, especially by lunchtime today. You're going to notice a very big difference. Now, with that being said, 67 College Station, 67 Huntsville. Tomorrow morning at this time, I think everyone will be in the 60s. So looking at it, but it's these morning lows. Tomorrow morning, you wake up in the mid 60s. Saturday morning in the mid 60s. Really nice starts to your morning. So if you can get that early walk, nice, but the ragweed is still very much an issue. West Coast going to start the month of October on a very hot note. Notice how we trend about average, maybe slightly higher than average to start the month of October, but really all in all, we trend drier and temperatures almost where they should be. Looking ahead to the next day through the upcoming weekend, then Jen, I know you may be skipping ahead. We're not completely finished with the 90s yet, but I do think overall an abundance of sunshine and a pretty steady forecast over the next 7 days.
Those 90s have
Guys, hey, it's feeling a little more fall-like, even though these temperatures are still in the mid-70s. So we didn't really cool things down in the city just yet, but the low humidity will continue to at least drop some of the clouds that'll cool these temperatures off as we get into early tomorrow morning. So temperature-wise, 74 Tomball, Sugar Land, good morning, 74 for you. Hey, Conroe, you're currently at 69, not bad. IAH coming in at 74. We do still have some clouds, so again, taking their time to clear. On your bus stop forecast this morning, I think you're going to notice a nice start to the day. We have a north wind, so lower humidity. So even those 70s that are in place, it feels a little bit more comfortable out there. This afternoon, that 87 is nice. Low humidity and 80s today. Beautiful Thursday to look forward to. Beautiful. As we get into your Friday forecast, about the same. Wait till you see the weekend. Really, really nice. Let's talk about Hurricane Helene, expecting rapid intensification before landfall this evening. Notice 4 o'clock later this afternoon. Notice how that eye wall becomes well defined, and then getting into about 8 o'clock this evening, it starts to near landfall. This is 10 o'clock tonight, just making landfall, and then it holds its strength together, I think, through the early overnight hours, maybe through about 2, 3 a.m. And then as it moves northward, it does start to weaken, but we're going to be looking at extremely heavy rainfall for a big part of the southeast region. Jen, here locally, we've just got sunny skies across the board.
5 o'clock on the nose.
They didn't get my iPhone.
Well, they didn't, but yours isn't new.
That's
Neither
true.
is mine.
Yeah, okay.
They don't want anything to do with the 14s or lower.
Hey, happy
Great to have you
Thursday,
with us.
everybody.
Yeah.
5:01 on your Thursday morning. It's almost Friday, almost there. That's Chita.
Yes, yes.
All right. gorgeous weather coming to town.
That's right.
But you also got this major hurricane out there.
Yeah, that's heading to Florida. That's right. In the big tracking temperatures, upper 80s, even nearing 90s by the end of the weekend. But I think we're going to have some really pleasant mornings. This morning, you're going to wake up under partly cloudy skies, dry throughout the day, but these clouds are going to clear thanks to this today, 82. Notice the sunny skies this afternoon, 87 under sunny skies. So if anything later today, it's still upper 80s, but that low relative humidity will make all the difference. Hurricane Helene expecting rapid intensification to happen today. It is expected to make landfall along the Big Bend. Jen will go over and some of the major impacts across the southeast region. But yeah, major impacts expected by this evening.
We are all too
Evening. We should be looking at potentially a Cat 4 upon landfall tonight. And what that means is rapid intensification. Right now it's a Category 1. So it's going to become, at least over about the next 8-10 hours, it's going to become a major hurricane at a Cat 3. And then again, before making landfall, Category 4. So again, rapid intensification happening today. Max sustained winds at 90 miles per hour. It's moving a little bit faster than it was last night at 12 miles per hour. And as it nears the Big Bend area, that's when we're going to see really the strength peak. Notice potentially by 1 o'clock this afternoon, max sustained winds at 115. Could still be a Category 1 hurricane as it's moving into the central portion there of Georgia. So over the next 36 to 48 hours, we're going to be watching a very heavy rainmaker and extremely strong winds. Again, making landfall this evening about 8, 9, 10 o'clock this evening, should have already made landfall. And then, Jen, it'll continue to pull northward. We have a nice weekend. I'll show you that forecast in about 10 minutes.
Oh,
They're good.
Yacht Rock it is. Ron Trump says Cheetah.
It was just like a really slow start. That
It was, you know,
Slow build.
You got to be patient.
Slow build to
It
fall.
would have been
too,
cool
Cheetah.
though on Seawall Boulevard if one little like bike would have gone right on
We'll
through.
try it again tomorrow and see if it works, okay?
Okay, we'll try to work out that time and we'll stage that for everybody. Front did blow through late last night, well offshore now. That's where the showers and thunderstorms are. So we are dry. We're actually welcoming this north wind this morning, so almost 520 for you. And even though temperatures are still in the 70s, we have lower humidity that's going to continue to build in throughout the day. So you have a nice Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday to look forward to. Winds overall out of the northeast, less than 10 miles per hour. Okay, so anywhere from 5 to 10. Notice 9 in Sugar Land, 5 in Conroe. But the takeaway here is the northeast breeze. That northeast wind will continue to clear most of the clouds, and that's why we're expecting clear skies, lots of sunshine throughout the rest of your day. Temperatures in the 60s and 70s. Check out Conroe. Oh yeah, 68, not bad. Pearland, 74, Tomball, 72. Notice Galveston currently at 76. Temperature-wise, we're still holding on to the 70s because we do still have some of these clouds. Now, as these clouds clear, that's the indication low humidity. I think by about 10 o'clock this morning, it is just going to be absolutely beautiful out there. 80s and sunny skies. Temperature-wise, though, across the board, Katie, you're starting off in the mid-70s. Visibility is looking great this morning. That's all thanks to that north wind as well and that lower relative humidity. Your bus stop forecast out the door this morning. You'll first notice it's not as sticky, but it's not cool yet. I think tomorrow morning with temperatures in the mid-60s for your Friday, that's when you're really going to notice those conditions. This afternoon, though, should be nice, 87 with low humidity. I mean, that makes a really big difference. So sunny skies and temperatures in the upper 80s should be really nice. What we're monitoring in the Gulf right now, Hurricane Helene. We're expecting rapid intensification before landfall this evening. I think landfall is sometime between 8 to 10 p.m. this evening, right along the Big Bend area in Florida. Otherwise, after it makes landfall, remains as a Category 1, even moving through Georgia. So over the next 24 to 36 hours, we're going to potentially be tracking Hurricane Helene. Notice after landfall, moves right through Georgia, then potentially as a tropical storm or depression, even as it moves into portions of eastern Tennessee. So the Carolinas, potentially even West Virginia, all air nice through the weekend. Beautiful with that cold front that already moved through. Temperatures build back into the low 90s next week, but otherwise beautiful.
All right, we will take it.
Yes,
Yeah.
Chita Craft, Jennifer Reyna here as well for weather and traffic. And Cheetah, we understand you finally have some good news.
Well, okay, if you're going to
Okay.
put it like that.
Yes.
Dang, but you're right. I finally do. It is actually only going to get better and better over the next 36 hours. So you're waking up this morning with a north wind. You still have 70s for most of you, so 90. Oh yeah, finally. Okay, temperatures coming in actually. We also did see some your tree and your grass pollen drop. Now, the ragweed is still at heavy levels, so if you typically suffer from ragweed, continue with those allergy meds. Those are still at heavy levels. Been fairly brutal over the past couple of weeks. Let's talk about better and better weather. So after today, getting into tomorrow morning, notice mid-60s. That will take you for your Saturday and Sunday. So Jen, it only gets better for the full upcoming weekend.
That's exactly what we want to hear, Cheetah. Thank you for.
It's close to my heart, too, because I played the French horn in high school.
You sure did. I played the trumpet. Cheetah, what about you? I feel like you're a flute girl.
I am a flute girl in junior high, so I don't know if I was that good.
She's a flautist.
I was. I don't think I
Just
made
like
like a chair or anything. I think like it was routine junior high.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't think I was any. They are great. They are usually in our Thanksgiving Day parade, and they are incredible. So go Vol Trip. That's exciting. But no 90s. Yay for your Thursday and Friday. I know. You see that creepy. Morning temperatures are going to be in the mid-60s. So your Friday morning tomorrow, Saturday morning, maybe even. However, looking at our extended outlook, Jen, getting into October, it looks like West Coast gets hit with some serious high heat. Here locally, we stay right around average, upper 80s to right around 90 over the next 7 days. I'll send it over to you.
Take it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We salute him.
That's
And
incredible.
different weather probably
Yeah.
each day.
Yeah.
Different terrain.
lot.
You know, the challenges that the runners face.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Wind, all of the things. Yeah, no, I mean, it's over about the next 7 days or so, but yeah, wow, still going to be dealing with some heat next week. Okay, current temperatures. I'm zooming in with our neighborhood weather network, street level, taking you into Cypress. Are you waking up in Cypress? Good morning to you. Cypress Point Drive, 71, Terra Point Drive, 70 degrees. So yeah, we're still in the low 70s this morning. Notice temperatures about the same, even inside the city this morning, mid 70s with partly cloudy skies. So temperatures didn't drop a whole lot overnight, but it's the humidity that's going to continue to drop. These clouds will continue to clear. Clear skies take you through the afternoon as well. Notice finally getting out of the 90s. Yesterday we had a high of 95. So yeah, I think that 87 today will be feeling really nice. Okay, I haven't really been talking much about Tropical Storm Isaac, but I want you to take note. Isaac did form in the Atlantic. It's going to basically remain in the Atlantic. Behind this, we have an 80% chance of new development, and then of course Category 1 Hurricane Helene. And Helene is really what I'm going to focus in on. We're expecting rapid intensification to a major hurricane today, making landfall along the Florida Big Bend between 8 to 10 p.m. this evening. Really, all of the impacts head into the southeast region of the country. So from Florida, Georgia, even portions of the Carolinas and Tennessee are going to be feeling and noticing not only heavy rain, but really strong winds as well. In fact, life-threatening conditions expected along the Big Bend as we approach this evening. So notice after Helene makes landfall, remains as a Category 1 hurricane, even a tropical storm as it moves through Georgia, even over land. It's going to hold its strength for about a 12-hour period there. Temperature, Jen, you know, we're not completely finished with the 90s. I don't want anybody to get too excited out there, all right? But maybe our next front, it looks more like 10 days away, could actually be the big change.
We're all grounded.
Yeah.
Cheetah's been grounded.
Consequences for that, Ron.
She's been grounded all summer.
Let's just
You're off the hook though today.
not tell everything, okay?
You had us
We're
at
on live television.
lower humidity, Chita Craft.
Did I make up for it? Okay, thank you. Good. And that's why the clouds have been a little slow to clear. I was actually hoping for mainly clear skies this morning, maybe some 60s, but that's okay. 80s by lunchtime today, really nice. This afternoon, low humidity degrees. Now let's talk about these low temperatures. So yes, even though you're waking up in the 70s this morning, let's talk 60s for your Friday, 60s Saturday and Sunday. So you have a really nice upcoming weekend to look forward to. Hurricane Helene, Category 1 now, expected to rapidly intensify today, making landfall between 8 to 10 p.m. this evening along the Big Bend of Florida. We'll detail out the timing out just a little bit more coming up in 10 minutes, but Jen, expecting 8 cane for the coastline of Florida there upon landfall.
Unfortunate.
And
you said
Helene's supposed to make landfall.
between 8 and the Big Bend there of Florida, the National Weather Service this morning pleading with people in evacuation zones. These are life life-threatening conditions that are expected to happen and unfold really over about the next 24 hours. I mean, this is something that we're going to watch even through early tomorrow morning. So rapid intensification today, meaning it's going to go from a Category 1 to a major hurricane by the afternoon. That is rapid intensification for you. Then making landfall right along the Big Bend there of Florida, again, between about 8 to 10 p.m. this evening. Check this out, though, with the latest track. Expecting Helene to remain as a Cat 1, even moving into Georgia, and even as it moves northward, remains as a tropical storm almost to eastern Tennessee. So serious conditions unfolding there. Making landfall tonight, all the rain, the wind is staying along the southeast region. Jen, we actually have beautiful weather here locally. I'll show you that coming up in 10 minutes. But yeah, really a lot to unfold for the southeast. Good morning, all my ragweed sufferers. So if that is typically the pollen that's your irritant, it's still at heavy levels. We're also starting this morning with a north wind. Don't be surprised if the tree pollen starts to increase over the next 24 hours. You know, rain can help with the pollen, but we really didn't get that much rain, and now we're talking a north wind. So guys, this may increase, but we do have a beautiful forecast ahead.
Put them all together.
You never know what you're going to find at the border.
Yeah, baloney. Didn't know people still ate it, but there you go, Cheetah. Pounds and pounds of
line is our cold front. It moved through late last night, and you know what this is providing? Finally, lower relative humidity, and that's going to continue to be the common theme here over about the next 48 hours. I think through even early Sunday, we're going to benefit from this low relative humidity. A northeast wind this morning, less than 10 miles per hour, anywhere from 10 to 15 though throughout the day. So you'll notice a comfortable breeze, especially by lunchtime. This morning, we're still in the 70s, womp womp. I was expecting a few more 60s, low 80s by noon. This afternoon, finally staying below 90 degrees. So you'll notice the difference. Yesterday, we hit a high of 95. Today, I'm expecting 87. Let's talk about Hurricane Helene, expected to rapidly intensify to a major hurricane before making landfall along the Big Bend between about 8 to 10 p.m. this evening. It continues to pull northward and is going to be a significant rainmaker even across portions of Georgia, the Carolinas, and maybe even Tennessee. But again, making landfall this evening along the Big Bend, remains as a Cat 1, even moving through Georgia, so even moving over land for our overnight hours. Still a tropical storm, potentially as it heads into eastern Tennessee. Full check of the tropics for you. Not only are we dealing with Hurricane Helene, we also have Tropical Storm Isaac, and now an 80% chance of development for our next tropical wave over the next 7 days. So tropics are very active.
Nothing like starting a Thursday morning off with a dad joke.
You said
We've got a lot of
bout.
news to talk about too. Taco about
She
it.
needs to quit while she's ahead.
Oh, come on, Ron.
Taco bout.
Talk about it.
Talk about. Let's, hey,
You want to talk about
Yeah, let's give them something to talk about. I'll go to a musical reference now. The cold front.
Brenham, Conroe, Cleveland, 60s, Columbus, Mont Bellevue. Ooh, check out Wharton. Oh yeah, 69. I just love seeing these 60s start to pop up on the map. Inside the city, we're still tracking 70s. Clouds haven't completely cleared, but I think over the next couple of hours, by lunchtime today, you will be under clear skies. Northeast breeze clearing the clouds, so clearing the humidity, and that's why low humidity, sunny skies this afternoon. 87. Now that's compared to 95 yesterday with high relative humidity. So nice changes to look forward to. Rapid intensification expected with Hurricane Helene. I'll show you the latest track, Jen.
All right, Cheetah, thank you.
Page, you can put your questions in the comments section.
I'm sure there's going to be a lot of questions.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Cheetah.
And yes, and in fact, we just now have the latest advisory from the National Hurricane Center. This is coming in as a 7 a.m. advisory, so coming in a little ahead of schedule. Still a Cat 1, expected to rapidly intensify today. Still on track to make landfall tonight between 8 to 10 p.m. right along the Big Bend there, along the Florida Panhandle, as a major hurricane. Life-threatening conditions expected as it makes landfall, and then remains as a Category 1 hurricane even as it pushes into Georgia, potentially remaining as a tropical storm in North Georgia, closing in on eastern Tennessee. So really heavy rainmaker, with strong winds. We're talking at 115 plus upon landfall. Not only Hurricane Helene, now we have Tropical Storm Isaac in the Atlantic as well, and then the potential of development here just off the coast of Africa, now at an 80% chance. We will talk about our local forecast heading into the upcoming weekend, but Jen, it's looking really nice here locally on our